Hey guys, it is Everyday Gamer Mom here, or as some of you may know me in Destiny, Penguin Hasashi. So today, I'm actually getting ready to see my mom at the therapeutic hospital. I'm not even sure what it's called. My dad sent me the address and I'm just getting ready to go up there. I just got done showering, I put some makeup on. I am now putting my leave-in conditioner in, and I'm going to be using my hair detangler, but that's what I'm doing right now, and I kind of I need to vent. First and foremost, thank you everybody that subscribed to mine and my daughter's channel. I see that we almost have 300 subscribers, so that's pretty cool, right? Zelda and I, we haven't played too many games together recently because of everything that's been going on. Like, everything is just crazy right now. Like, it's just... And I know some of you subscribers out there will, understand what I'm going through, or maybe you've already been through it, and maybe you can kind of send some positive vibes my way, because I'm struggling. I am super, for real, struggling. So, gonna get the hair detangler now. I'm still in my nightgown, don't judge me. It's a Little Mermaid. I know you can't really see it, but it is what it is. So, last month, now, my mom has always had a few health issues, like diabetes, neuropathy. Neuropathy has something to do with the feet. Like, I think it's like you really can't feel your feet. But she's had neuropathy, diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that. But nothing too serious. You know what I mean? Like, I know those are some mild health problems, but nothing too serious. Not like life-threatening, She was always trying to keep up on her medications for her, her health problems and stuff. I mean, everything was pretty decent up until a month ago. Last month, I can't remember what date it was, but it was on a Wednesday. My mom sent me a voice message telling me that she felt scared and that she wished my dad was home. My dad was working 12 hours that day, but she kept telling me, I'm scared, I wish your dad was home. And I asked her, I was like, Mom, do you want me to come down there and be with you for a while? And she's like, no, baby, I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. No, I love you. And I told her I love you too, right? That was like the last words I said to her. Because I'm a mom, I'm busy, I'm always running around. And honestly, I am really glad that those were the last words that her and I said to each other, because my dad got home at 6 o'clock, and my dad was, he was in the process of like making himself some food and, washing clothes, And when it was around his bedtime, he went to bed around 9:30 to 10 o'clock. My mom was already laying down. And all of a sudden, my dad just turned around, he looked at my mom, and he saw her going through a very nasty, completely random seizure. And it was ugly. And he kept calling her name. And he was starting to panic, so he raced and he called, the ambulance, and everybody came out, and, well, they actually had to airlift her to the hospital. My dad wasn't able to go because, I guess, of them having to airlift her. But she has been in the hospital all the way down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for like a month. And the doctors have ran plenty of tests. Like, I've lost track of how many tests that they ran on her. Basically, what they stated to my dad was that none of my mom's health issues, like her diabetes, her neuropathy, none of her health issues caused her to have this seizure. They told my dad that they couldn't find anything that caused this seizure. They couldn't find a shred of evidence or a shred of anything that caused this to happen to her. And so my dad and I are just like basically left without answers. I mean, how, because like I said, my mom had some health conditions, but it wasn't serious. It wasn't, life threatening. And just, she lived a semi-normal life. She was able to walk and talk and run and giggle. And then all of a sudden, there's just nothing there anymore. She had that seizure, and instantly she was unable to walk. She's unable to talk. She's unable to care for herself. And the doctors don't know why. They absolutely have they couldn't find anything that would really, this is why the situation happened, sir. They couldn't find nothing. So she has been in the hospital for a whole month, mostly being sedated, not being able to walk, talk, or care for herself, just completely sedated in a hospital bed for a month. And it's been extremely hard on me and my dad and my daughter, Zelda. And it's been mostly really hard on my dad, because my mom and dad, they've been married for almost 33 years, and this just happened out of nowhere for no reason. There's no answers. And so she's still in this state, you guys. She can't move or talk or take care of herself, and there, again, no answers. It's been well over a month. They transferred her down to a therapeutic hospital. I'm not sure what it's called, but they transferred her down there. I guess they're gonna start trying to move her arms and stuff, give her some therapy within the next couple of weeks. But again, we still have no answers as to what caused this to happen, or there's no shred of anything as to why it happened, and how can we prevent it, or you know what I mean, if it happens again, there's just nothing. It just happened. That's the end of it. And now she's a vegetable. And it's been really, really hard. I have been super, super close to my mom for a handful of years. So it's almost losing your best friend, she can't. When my dad would go to the hospital, he would video chat me so I can talk to her, and every time she would hear my voice, the only thing she could do is cry. You would see tears coming down her face, but other than that, absolutely expressionless. And it's just been really difficult emotionally for me to do anything. It's been very depressing, and again, absolutely no clue, absolutely no answers. The doctors just have no idea, and it's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating, and I hate that. And from what I was told, they still have her, in the therapy place that she's in, they still have her on seizure medication, even though her brain is not showing any signs of seizure activity, which, why? I don't get that one at all. I don't. But she doesn't look in the bestest of shape. They're trying to take care of her. They braided her hair, trying to make her look presentable, the doctors at this therapeutic place, they're doing their best right now, but she just looks like she has no color to her face, and it's just really, really hard to look at that. We don't know if she's gonna make it or not. I'm preparing myself for either way, honestly. I've been trying really hard to be there for my dad. I've been really, really trying as hard as I can to be there for him. It's just really, really, it's a really, really difficult time. Today, I am going up to the therapeutic place to see her. The reason why I haven't went to see her sooner was because Zelda and I had bought something for my dad that he needed, and I was going to drive it over to his house. But the second we went outside to load the car up and everything, it just started to snow, and the roads were instantly covered within seconds. All the shoveling that was done 5 minutes ago, it was covered again. And I was like, well, and we were only out there for like 5 minutes trying to load everything up. And I was like, well, maybe this is just a sign that I shouldn't go anywhere today. And if my mom was able to talk, she wouldn't want me to drive out in this weather anyway. So you know what? I called my dad. I was planning on calling my dad and telling him, maybe tomorrow I'll drop it off to you. I was planning on calling him when I got back into the house. You guys, the second I walked back into my front door, I fell to my knees. It was very odd because I was only out there for 5 minutes. When I came back inside the front door, my temperature went up to 102.1. I was dizzy out the ass. I was nauseated. I felt like I was going to black out. I crawled into the bedroom and laid in bed, and I just felt everything spinning, and I was sweating, and my head was burning. Zelda's dad had to run in and get me a wet rag, and I was trying to constantly break this fever. I had no idea what the hell was going on, you know? Like, after I broke my fever, that was 102.1, every other symptom came out, and it lasted for 1 month exactly. And unfortunately, Zelda caught it too. Her and I, she got the temperature as well, 102.1, and I managed to break her fever too, but all of our energy was drained. I was coughing up blood. Like, it was horrible. Like, her dad had to take care of us. Like, we could not move. Us two girls, we were bedridden. We literally could not move. Whatever we had, it was worse than COVID-19. And I had COVID-19, like, the worst case, like, twice. Whatever we had for this entire month was worse than COVID-19. And it made me angry because I couldn't get up and clean. I couldn't get up and take care of myself. Like, it was just terrible. I couldn't even play video games. Like, something just, it took our energy. It took our, I could barely breathe. It was raunchy. Whatever we had, it was severely raunchy. And like I said, Zelda and I, I was like, in the middle of the month, I was able to kind of roll off the couch and crawl to the bathroom. Crawl to the bathroom. Not walk, but crawl. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go visit my mom at the hospital because whatever I have, I don't want to take this to her. She's already suffering from whatever the hell happened. And she's in a much worse condition than I am. I'm not going to make it worse. I'm not going to take this to her. So, Zelda and I both, we fought and fought and fought. Like I said, I kept vomiting blood. Blood was coming out of my nose. Like, it was absolute. I'm sorry if it sounds really bad. Like, if it kind of makes your stomach turn. But whatever we had, it was severe. It was just horrid. Like, it was. And I didn't even visit my dad because I didn't want to give him whatever we had, and he understood that. But that's why I couldn't visit her within that month of her being stuck at the actual hospital, because I wasn't about to give her whatever we had, right? And then after Zelda and I got, like, expelled, whatever was making us so ill, we actually, like, our landlord, we actually bought our house from the landlord just a couple days ago on the 25th of February, I believe it was. So it's like everything has been crazy. Everything has been crazy. But it's like, and also, like, when you're a mom, you don't really have the time to do stuff that you want to do, you know? So it's just been really hard to find time to get up and see my mom when I don't even have time for myself, you know? But today I managed to put some time away Like, I just cut everything out that I needed to do, and I was like, screw it, I have to see her because she's not looking too good. And in my mind, it's like, if it's her time to, you know, I want to see her one more time, you know what I mean? And it's just, deep inside, I'm preparing myself for this, because they did say that she may end up spending the rest of her life at this therapy place. She's not coming home. It's just hard, and I don't care if he's watching. I honestly don't care. Like, you are a piece of shit if you're watching. But my brother did not help her at all. At all. He is like the rotten apple in the bunch. Not only has he been stalking some of my social media along with his cronies, which I don't care, okay? Just whatever. Just stay the hell out of my life, right? But he actually caused, and this is coming from my mom, and last year he caused my mom to have 2 mini strokes and 1 mini heart attack. He enjoyed doing things that would hurt her and make her cry. Like, it brought him absolute pleasure to do this. And I was always there to pick up the pieces to her destroyed, shattered heart. And I'm always going to hate him, because whatever is happening to her now, I know my brother had something to do with it, because it destroyed her from that point forward. One of the things that he did to her was so I'm just gonna have to be blunt here. I don't care. My brother lives with a man in his 70s. This man used to be a so-called psychologist or whatever, but this man is twisted and warped, because you'll find out. But when my brother moved out of my mom and dad's house and moved in with this 70-something-year-old man, my brother did not change his living address, so his paychecks were still getting sent to my mom's house instead of his current residence. My mom would text my brother all the time, like, hey, when are you gonna come over and pick up your checks? Like, you have 5 checks here, you haven't been here in like 2 or 3 months. Are you gonna come get your checks? Like, are you doing okay? Like, she, moms worry. My brother decided that she was too much, and he put her on block on all social media. But his checks kept coming to her house, and he would never come pick them up. She sent a message to the 70-year-old man that he lives with, and this SOB had enough nerve to tell her, whether your son is alive or dead or not, that's none of your business. You have no right to even worry about him anymore. Like, his business is not your business. Whatever he's doing with his life, it's none of your business. Whether he's alive or dead, it's no concern of yours. My mom, not one time, asked my brother or this 70-year-old man, what is my son doing with his life, or anything on the line. She was only asking, is he going to come and pick up his paychecks? And when is he going to change his address? Because his checks keep coming into my house. The comment that this 70-year-old SOB made, and she showed me the damn text too, okay? She showed me this text. If I wasn't the woman that I am now, today, I would have grabbed that man. You do not say that shit to any mother, okay? Who the hell do you think you are? You know what I mean? Our babies, no matter how old they get, they're always going to be on our mind. We are always going to wonder about them. And my mom wasn't doing anything but just asking, is he ever going to get his address changed? Is he ever going to come pick up his paychecks that keep being sent to my house? I also got to a point where, now one of these days I'm going to explain something that very tragic that happened in my life. While working in retail. I tried to make a video before, but like I said, my brother and his cronies kind of stalked me, and they tried to threaten me through my mom and tell me, well, if she keeps lying about us, we're going to get her for defamation. Try it. I have proof that I'm telling the truth. Okay? Try it. Like, don't get me started. One of these days I'll explain that entire story, right? But, so the place where I used to work, though, there was a team lead there named Jackie, and my brother had promised, last year he had promised my mom, because he knew my mom had health issues. He told her, he was like, Mom, I go to, that workout place, Planet Fitness. Yeah, that's where I go, and I'm allowed to have one visitor that can come and use some of the equipment too, and you're going to be that visitor, Mom. I'm going to make you that visitor. And my mom was happy. She was happy that she was going to get to go to Planet Fitness and try to work on her health and get in shape and get her heart, pumping with working out, whatever. My brother destroyed her by, behind her back, making this woman, Jackie, from his job, that visitor instead. And then proceeded to rub it in my mom's face. After a year that he had put my mom on block, my mom had wrote somebody that she thought was a friend of hers and told them a little bit about my brother, and she's like, I don't understand what happened to my son. Like, he still hasn't changed his address. His checks are still being sent here. He's not coming to get them. Like, just expressing herself and her worries. This friend went around and twisted everything that my mom said and sent her version to my brother. So my brother unblocked my mom on one of the social media apps, and he texted her, and he's like, I'm coming to your house. I need to talk to you. And my mom wrote me about it, and she's like, maybe he's coming to apologize to me. And I'm like, nope, because I already knew what kind of SOB he was. My brother came to her house, and I'm pretty sure he took the 70-year-old man that he was living with. I'm pretty sure he used his car, but he went to my mom's house, just him alone. And he told my mom, he's like, oh yeah, that friend of yours that you were talking to about me? Yeah, look, this is what she sent me. And my mom looked at his phone, and she saw the very twisted message. Like, she's like, what she was telling her friend, she saw how twisted her friend made it look to my brother. Hopefully that makes sense. And my mom was like, she looked at my brother and she's like, I didn't say any of that. She pulled out her phone and she's like, this is what I said to her. I told her I was worried about you. Like, I didn't know why you had me on block on everything. I didn't know why you were not picking up your checks but still having them sent here. Like, that's all I said. My brother, even though he had proof in front of his putrid face, even though my mom was showing him proof, this is what I really said. Not whatever this person is making you believe, He looked at my mom and he's like, you bitch. You're a fucking liar. I believe her over you. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, Jackie from my job? Yeah, she's my new mother. Her and I do everything together. We go to the gym together to work out. We do arts and crafts together. We do everything together. And guess what else? I now disown you as my mother, bitch. Jackie's my new mom. He got in the car and drove off after that. My mom, she tried to text me, but everything was coming out jumbled, and I knew something was wrong. So I got in the car and I raced down, and I saw her standing on her front porch, bawling her eyes out, and I knew that he had done something. And I told her, I grabbed her, I put my arms around her, and I was like, Mom, you gotta calm down. She was shaking like a leaf. And I said, what happened? And she told me everything that took place, everything that just happened, and I screamed at the top of my lungs. I was so angry. And I told her, I used a few choice words, and I told her, I said, I don't want you having anything to do with him ever again. Do you understand me? Like, do you understand what he's doing to you? He's hurting you for pleasure. You put him on block on everything. He's not good. I was PO'd. I was like, you never do something like that to your mother. You never. Oh my God, I was so PO'd. I picked up all the pieces of my mom's heart and I put it back in her hand, essentially. I stayed with her until it was almost time for my dad to come back home from work, because again, he was working a 12-hour shift. And it's ironic because when my dad was on his way home, I told my mom, I was like, listen, Dad's on his way home. I gotta go home myself and cook dinner for my family, so I'm gonna go now. And I left. The second I left, guess who shows up at her front door? My dad just got home like 10-15 minutes after, but guess who showed up at the front door right after? My brother. And you know what he did? He pulled my dad aside and was like, why are you even still with that woman, huh? You know she's a fucking liar. She's a bitch. Do you know that? Why are you still with her? You should divorce her. My mom and dad at this point have been married for 32 years. My dad looked at my brother and he was like, okay, first of all, you're in my house. You don't use that tone or that language with me, boy. Secondly, your mom is not a liar and she's not a bitch. If you want to believe somebody else over your mom, that's your problem. But you know what? Your mom told me earlier what you did to her on her front porch. You disowned her, and now Jackie's your new mom? Okay, cool. Well, if you're going to disown your mom, you're going to disown your father too. Get the hell out of my house. Like, my dad was just not having it. My brother left. He was angry, which I don't give a shit, but he was angry. And all of this, like, my mom called me after she told me, and I started laughing. I was like, that brother of mine is such a pussy. Like, he didn't have the balls to come over and start anything with you when I was there. He had to wait till I was gone, you know? But all of this, it stressed her out. And this is only one big giant incident that he did to her. Okay, there is so much, like I said, there was 100 incidences where he would hurt her for fun and pleasure, and it would just destroy her. And everything that he did to her, it stressed her out. She had to get put on new heart medication and just whatever. It all freaking just smashed together, and it made her super depressed. Even before he put my mom on block on all social media and completely cut her out of his life, he preyed on her emotionally. He went to her house one day and just started talking about how bad her house smelled because she has a couple cats and whatever, you know. And she tried to ignore that, and she pulled out her phone and she's like, you know, when I get paid again, this is what I'm going to order you. And it was this little pin, like one of those pins you stick to your shirt or your jacket. And it was a pun. It was a cute little pun pin, little joke. And my brother looked at her, and he looked at the thing that she was showing him on her phone, and he's like, listen, if you got that for me, I wouldn't fucking wear it. It's coming from you, so it's stupid. That pin is stupid, And considering the fact that it's coming from you, it makes it more stupid. I would never wear something you got me. But then I guess he asked her to either send a photo of it to him or he looked it up himself because he went back to work. And he told that bitch, Jackie, his new mom, you know what I mean? He told her, he's like, yeah, this is what my mom plans on buying me, and it's stupid, and I'm not going to wear it. Jackie ordered it for my brother before my mom could order it. And she gave it to my brother, and my brother put it on his vest, his work vest, and started sending my mom videos and pictures. He's like, look what Jackie got me. And I'm wearing it. Look at that. And it hurt my mom. Because again, she told my brother, she's like, why would you tell her that I was going to buy that for you? Why would you do that? And secondly, why would you tell me that if I got it for you, you wouldn't wear it because it's stupid, and the fact that it's coming from me, it's stupid, but then she gets it for you and you wear it? Like, why would you do that to me? And he's just like, grow up. You know? And it's just, like I said, all this stress that he put on her heart, that he put on her soul. And I look at the photos that my dad sends me about her laying in a hospital, and it's like, I understand why she doesn't want to continue living now because of that mess. You know what I mean? Like, my brother has done some pretty messed up things to me, and I had to cut him out of my life because of it. Anyways, I gotta get my clothes on, my hair got in my face, and then like because usually like I am a really huge Bendy fan. If you guys don't know what Bendy is, go ahead and Google it, but it's like a cartoon, you know, it's a video game. I'm a really big Bendy fan, so I'm always dressing black on black on black with like a Bendy shirt. So I'm gonna get my Bendy stuff on and go and see my mom, which I am going to, I might just share a screenshot of me holding her hand up there, but I'm not going to show you guys what she looks like because, you know, for one, out of respect for her, deep respect for her, and two, I'm not doing that to her. So let's get the Bendy gear on. Okay, so we are back from the hospital. There's my Bendy shirt. We are back from the hospital, and I gotta say, like that therapeutic hospital, whatever. One of the hardest things I ever done in my entire life. Going there and seeing my mom absolutely expressionless, not being able to move, not being able to take care of herself and everything. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, and like I said earlier, it's the fact that none of the doctors have any kind of answer for us to what caused this and why is she like this, and is she gonna heal? Is she gonna walk again? Is she gonna talk again? Is she gonna be able to care for herself again? The fact that there's no answers to anything, that just, it's I don't know. It's just really hard to deal with and see. Honestly, it is extremely upsetting how you have a hospital full of nurses, full of doctors that have been doctors for 25, 30 years, and not one of them have any answers as to what caused my mom from going from a normal, happy, bouncy life to absolutely motionless. She can't move, she can't talk, she can't do anything for herself. Nobody has answers to what caused it. It's just, it's absolutely unexplainable. It's difficult to, it's like half of her soul is missing. That's what it feels like. And she's got no color to her whatsoever. It's horrifying, it's mortifying. So that's why uploading content has been a little shaky, because like this is just really, really rough. So, and my mom was actually one of my subscribers, so she would watch the videos I uploaded, like my Bendy in the Dark Revival, or one of my Bendy games, like my playthroughs, or some little things of Destiny, or some other games I played. She used to watch it. So anyways, if you guys can give any positive energy or anything her way, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. So again, I'm asking all of our subscribers, and anybody that actually comes across this video in general, if you guys believe in good luck, if you guys believe in prayer, if you guys believe in love, light, or anything that is positive, anything that is good, I ask that you send it my mom's way, because it's bad enough that my dad and I have no answers to what caused this to happen to her, but the fact that she's still in this state, and there's like nothing we can do, there's no answers, nothing we can do. My mom needs all the prayers her way, she needs all the healing energy her way, she needs all the light and love her way, she needs all the good her way. So if anybody comes across this video and they can send a little good luck her way, a positive healing energy her way, prayers her way, something her way that's good, we'd appreciate it. My dad and I would appreciate it. My little girl would appreciate it as well. When I went there, I held my mom's hand and I told her, I said, Mom, it's me. If you understand that I'm here with you right now, can you squeeze my hand? That's the only thing she was able to do, was squeeze my hand. She's absolutely motionless. Like, there's no expression. Not motionless, but, well, I mean, she is motionless, but, like, she was absolutely expressionless. She just... And it's just... When you're really close to your parent and something like this happens to them, it is very traumatizing.